Good afternoon. How are you? Good. Okay, I'm glad. So what time is it? It is the month of Tammuz. So Tammuz is the Babylonian name for the Hebrew month that usually lands about in July. And we are in the month of Tammuz right now. What's interesting about the month of Tammuz is it's actually the month in which the people who had left Egypt had been freed from slavery, and Moses brought them out of Egypt. They ended up worshiping the golden calf at Mount Sinai. See, they were waiting for Moshe to come down from the mountain, but he didn't come down quick enough. And so they didn't think he was coming to save them again, and they were concerned, so they made an image of a golden calf to worship, so that thing would save them instead, because they were waiting for Moshe and they got impatient. So they made a golden calf and worshiped the golden calf. What's also interesting is the date that this happened was the 17th of Tammuz.
We had a victory, two victories, North Carolina, where one was 17 points down 3 weeks ago. We got involved. We started sending out lots of different social media messages. I told the story the other day. I was probably in Washington in my entire life 17 times. True, 17 times. I don't think I ever stayed overnight. You know what I'm getting at, huh?
Wired magazine tallied up at least 17 distinct court cases stemming from at least 7 different sets of prosecutors and investigators.
We did a couple of little robocalls, but the big thing, we did a speech the night before. The turnout was beyond belief. And instead of being down by 17 points, he easily won the election, 4,000 or 5,000 votes.
Yeah, then you'll love playing Trump NFL 17. It has all the action of the original Madden NFL series. He's going to have a really nice, fun, long weekend. That's Donald Trump, because starting today, he begins a 17-day vacation.
When you watch the video, take a close look at, for this man, he's going to be kind of standing in the back, not even flinching, because it was all orchestrated. My thoughts, my 2 cents, it was all orchestrated. But this guy is not even flinching. Now, this guy, you're going to start to hear about him in a couple days, and it's going to be a frenzy, and there's going to be all sorts of talk about this guy. So be prepared for that. Some of you know what I'm talking about, some of you don't, but I'm not gonna be the one to be propagating that. Trump is a test for the lukewarm bride. The lukewarm church that is not seeing these things yet, is not seeing all that's going on yet, and is still wanting to go back to the way things were. What did Yeshua do? What did he warn us about? Don't be like Lot's wife, looking back at Sodom, looking back to the way things were, instead of moving ahead to the kingdom. Don't be like Lot's wife, looking back on Sodom and Gomorrah. You want to be looking ahead to the kingdom. Now, what is Trump symbolic of? Going back to the good old days, going back to the good old times. Trump is a test for the lukewarm believer. 17 in scripture is a reference to an immature believer becoming mature. An immature believer becoming mature. So this is what this test is all about. This is why you're seeing this Trump worship. This is why you're seeing this all go out. So what do you do as someone who is hopefully not an immature believer, but is seeing what's going on and is knowing that they need to strengthen their covenant with the Most High God, Jehovah, through Yeshua? What you need to do is be like the good spies. The good spies understood that Yehovah is going to take down the giants. He's going to take out the giants and establish his kingdom. Now, the little pieces on how he does that, we do not know exactly how that is going to play out, but we do know that he is going to do it, and that he is going to protect his people, his remnant that is deeply in covenant with him, that is keeping his commandments, not speaking, not grumbling against his word, and walking with him closely. Now, Yeshua talks about the keys to the kingdom, which is recognizing that he is the Messiah and that he is the Son of God. Those two things. Now, he is the Messiah means that he is the Messiah of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That Messiah does not do away with the commandments, but establishes the commandments in the kingdom. Revelation 14:12 tells us that the end day saints have two things. They have the faith of Yeshua and the commandments of God. Make sure you have those two things and that you're holding on tightly to them, and I will see you all soon. I love you.